Where you been?
Where have I been?
Yeah.
Oh, just chilling.
Yeah.
Been chilling.
It's been a while.
Where you been?
I tell you what, where you been is, you should have been editing a video about this car.
It's looking great though.
How are you going with the edit, by the way?
Haven't started.
You haven't started. That's going to be a big commitment. Like a full week of weeknights.
Do you reckon?
Probably not. If you're filmed really smart, you should be alright.
Anyway, so I made a video about this car.
Well, no, you haven't made anything.
I've got the content ready to make.
He's press record on the camera and talk for a little bit.
Hey, there's two of us in this adventure.
Oof, I haven't seen any footage.
I've been running heaps.
Okay.
I'm really tired today. I did 2.5 today.
Wow.
Fat boy getting slim, baby.
This car has been corrected and protected by
Yes, it has.
yours truly.
Yeah.
I helped for about maybe an hour and a half.
Greatest of all
2
time.
hours. Yeah?
No. With Crystal Serum Ultra.
Yeah.
We're topped with
XOV5.
the new XOV5, correct.
So this will actually be quite interesting because it's my first wash of a car with both of those products. CSL Ultra, or CSU, and XOV5, so...
I haven't coated the wheels.
Okay.
This is the third wash it's had.
Yeah, but the first proper wash?
Yeah, I've done 2 O&R rinseless
So this is the first full contact wash?
first contact
Okay.
wash, yes. So yeah, it should be nice.
Oh, white wheels would look terrible on this car.
Oh, it just gives you a little insight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You
I've
can't
seen
get
it.
white wheels for these. Range Rovers don't make white ones.
No, but I've seen people with white wheels on them. Oh, that'd look nasty.
Oh, it look terrible.
That would look nasty. So yeah, hopefully very soon. I mean, this is kind of critical to that video, right? So I do take the mickey out of you a little bit, but you need to get this car completely washed so you can do the afters. So you've
Yeah,
got that
so we
really
can do
good
a walk
before
around and just have a
comparison.
chat about it.
Yeah.
So we'll make this after we've washed this.
We'll finish off that video. We'll have the content needed to finish off that video, and then it's just into the editing phase.
I've never really liked this brush.
The one thing I don't like about that brush is just trying to get it to dry afterward.
It's so. Have you ever taken the sleeve off to try and dry it underneath?
Yeah, because that's the second sleeve I've had on there. I bought a replacement.
The problem about this brush is that it never fits in between wheels that are tight spoked.
I think the easy details are the way to go. Problem is with this easy detail, it's too like flexy in the handle now. So I really need
is
to...
that your one?
Yeah, it's my one.
Yours is the worst one out of the two.
Yeah, well, it's also the oldest out of the two, isn't it?
No, I got mine before you.
Oh, really? Okay. Just
You always try and steal mine though.
we probably just use mine more, you know?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
So you probably spent... Do you add up how long you spent coating this car and...
Do you know what?
The correcting stage, sorry?
No, I didn't do the correcting stage.
It was a long process though, eh? Drawn out.
I think I micromanaged too much.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think... Watch out for that bucket.
Ooh. Hello.
Yeah, I think I spent too long micromanaging it. I had the new Rupees pads. It was my first time using those.
Yep.
And I'm a bit unsure about them, eh?
These are the microfiber
The microfiber
pads.
ones. So I had both blue and yellow.
Yeah.
My thoughts on the yellow is that they're good when they're brand new, but when you've done a couple of, you know, like a panel of them, you've used them once and then you then wash them, they get quite flimsy. The backing plate gets quite flimsy really quickly. Whereas the blue ones, on your first initial go with them, it's quite stiff, quite rigid, and quite a lot of pad stall and quite aggressive. But then the second time you use those,
Well, after you've washed them, eh?
after you've washed them
Yep.
and you've worked them in, then they are sweet. That's the sweet spot. So I think if you can handle the first session with them, then the second session and afterwards I think is the sweet spot for those. So I would definitely be going blue backing plate.
So when you say you micromanage it a bit more, what, you just think that you spent a bit more time on certain areas? Or it was that in conjunction with experimenting with some new stuff?
No, I'm not really experimenting with new stuff. I just had the light out way too much.
Okay.
I'd look at panels, I'd go back again. I'd go back, I'd go back, I'd go back. So I mainly corrected this car with Maguire's M101.
Yeah.
So I was pretty aggressive.
Dusty product, eh, but really effective.
Yeah, and there's still scratches in this paint, absolutely.
I mean, this car had, wouldn't say a tough life previous, but it was, from what we know, it was owned by, was a lady driver with kids, because you can see from some of the scuffs that you had to clean in the back seat when you first picked it up. And it wasn't in terrible nick. Like, I think it's been through the car wash before, but I don't think it's like every week in the car wash for the last 2 years.
It's been looked after, but it had been washed incorrectly.
Yeah.
So the scratches on this, so there were scratches galore everywhere. And that's really hard to get out, you know, like, it's a 2020, it's pretty much, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's quite brand new, but it's, you know, it's not an old vehicle.
Well, it looks pretty good now.
But it's just been loved on way too much.
Yeah.
And so from the outside that looks easy, but when you actually start to get in there and correct it, it's a tough old time. This paint was actually quite hard. I did multiple passes on it. And then I finished down with Sonax
Perfect finish. Tried and tested.
on a yellow Ruper's microfiber pad, not microfiber, foam pad.
Foam pad. So anyways, you spent probably 2 weeks working on this car.
Yeah, but I was working till like midnight every night as well.
Yeah, well, you're finishing work at, 4:30, 5 o'clock, coming home, doing a bit, having dinner, doing a bit more.
Yeah.
So it dragged out for a long time for you.
And then I thought, once I'd finished correcting this, I thought, oh yeah, sweet, I'm on the home straight. It's going to be easy as to coat this car.
Yeah, that's because of your experience using stuff like C-Quartz and CSL.
But actually, using Crystal Serum Ultra, I found it quite difficult to use.
I know that you said to me the other day, just because we coated a car using CSL, and you said this is at least 10 times easier. And you said that you don't know if you get 10 times the performance for 10 times the work.
Yeah, so the Crystal Serum Ultra, like I started on the roof.
Yep.
And so the roof is all glass. And it didn't like the roof at all.
What was the main difference in it? Did you find it was just it didn't want to wipe off as well, or?
Yeah, quite smeary, really hard to flatten. And so it, it's sort of, I don't know what you call it, let's say it dries really quickly.
Yep.
So you've got to work quick.
Well, you've got to work very small sections compared
And then it was
to,
super hard to remove off the roof. I spent ages getting the roof right, which is kind of like my go-to. I always spend heaps of time on the roof, the thing that no one ever sees.
Well, you kind of compare it to, when you apply XOV4 and you get that smeariness after you've done the CSL, and it's really, you have to micromanage it, rinse, wash. You have to really micromanage it. Did you find that from the
really micromanage it, and the thing about it is you can't remove it.
Yeah.
So you have to be spot on with it. I don't think I have any high spots, but I worked really slow. I really micromanaged everything.
I mean, white is an extremely forgiving colour for coating high spots. Like, you'd really have to look for them. They look like oil slicks, so they really show up on, black paint's quite bad, blue.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And so Omni Garage is an accredited installer of Gtechniq products, hence why we have the ability to put Ultra on vehicles.
Yep.
It's sold to the peoples that it's a professional install only, and yeah, that's probably about fair because it is difficult to work with. You definitely got to know what you're doing. Do I think it's better than Crystal? What are we? CSL Crystal Serum Light. I don't know. I don't know if you get any, better performance. I don't know if you get any more longevity. I don't know.
I mean, people make these claims about coatings, right? So you've got your 2 year, your 4 year, your 5 year, your 7 year, etc., etc. I mean, I kind of, yep. But
no, that just means that it's going to stay bonded to the paint for the time that they say.
The thing is, though, right?
Your car will never look that good in 5 years' time with the coating.
Because long before that coatings, let's say you put a 7-year coating on your vehicle, long before the 7 years is up, it's going to have contaminants built up in it again. You're probably going to have some improper washing along the way.
I've already got tar on a couple of the door spots over there, and it's been on for like 3 weeks. So, yeah, it just stays bonded to the paint. Doesn't mean that your car's going to look good. You're going to need to do it in a couple of years' time. I mean, Subi is over 2 years now, and it's getting to the point where, yep, it needs to be redone.
The coating performs well, but you've got scratches in there again.
You start to get scratches, you get road contaminants, you get road grime, all that kind of stuff stays on there, and then, yeah. So I then topped this car with XOV5. Oh, that product is way better than, is it V4 or V5?
V5.
V5 is way better than V4.
I mean, key difference in that product is now it's a single stage. So whereas XOV4, it was a multi-layer, you did 2 layers of that. This is 1 layer. That's probably the main benefit in my eyes, because trying to do a coating of XO on top of XO can end up really, really smeary.
Well, now it's going to be really hard to compare Crystal Serum Ultra with Crystal Serum Light because I've got XOV5 on here. So, I mean, touching this now, it feels really slick, doesn't it? Feels real good.
Yeah, I mean, this is really slick, but I mean, so are most vehicles straight after you put CSL on them.
And so that's a really hard question to ask. Is it better? Well, there's lots of pros and cons. If you were a shop and you were doing this all the time like we are, is it worth having the struggles potentially that coating could cause? Does that outweigh the benefits?
Well, I don't know how I'd necessarily sell it either to a client.
Well, people will sell it as, do you want a 5-year coating or do you want a 10-year coating?
Yeah, but you don't want to sell, it's not snake oil, but you really want to make sure you're really validating your reasoning as to why someone should consider Ultra versus CSL, given that it's a costlier coating, it takes longer to apply, so naturally there's an increased cost to the consumer there. I think this is a good test for us to understand how it performs over the next 12 months on a car that's getting a lot of Ks on it as well.
Yeah, just the install process was a bit different. And I don't know if it's just because I was using it for the first time. You know, like we're really good at installing the other kinds because we've done it a lot. So does that then change? I'm not sure.
You're right, there is a lot of tar on this car already.
Yeah.
A lot of tar. But I mean, that should hopefully come off quite easily with a bit of CarPro Tarex spot treater. Where are we up to here? What do I need to do?
Just got to do that front area.
Yeah, I've done that.
Have you done the windscreen?
No, not the side of it. I mean, it's nice to know you've got the best on here.
What was that?
I said it's nice to know you've got the best on here.
Yeah.
I mean, you spend such a long time correcting a car, so I think it's well worth finding the right coating to apply on top of it. So I know that the Subi's due, because if you had a bit more time over the last couple of months, you probably would have done that at the same time. So now you put CSL on here, or sorry, CSU on here. What are you putting on Subi?
That's an interesting question, right? So this car ain't hanging around for very long.
Yeah.
This is the kind of car that you have for a bit, you sell, you get the new model. And so I'm never going to try and take this coating off.
Yeah.
And I don't think you want to try and take CSU off. I think it's going to be a challenging time. I think you might have to wet sand that off, or you're going to have to wait a lot of years before you try and get it off just from dual action, right?
And especially a car that's in the garage too, like it's not exposed to the elements all the time, so it's going to be longer than...
So I'm never taking this coating off, so when time to flick it on, it'll be flicked on, right? So that's a point to consider. Now, if you had a car that you kept all the time in your life and you were going to coat that, you know, every couple of years, you're going to repolish and scratch it, you probably want to go CSL.
So there's your answer.
Because A, we know we can remove that pretty easily. We don't have to be too hard. We know that it's 5 years, so it's likely to wear down a bit over that 2-year period. And I think it's just a little more friendly to use. And so that's what I'd consider if I had a garage car, you know, I had a nice thing that I just wanted to keep maintaining. That's where I'd be putting my thing.
I'm excited to rinse this off and dry it actually to see the performance of XOV5. You know my verdict?
Well, it clearly didn't dry any better or worse than any other coating we've used.
No. I feel like that performance was very, very similar to the properties of Crystal Serum Light.
Well, actually, it's very similar to any type of coating that we've used.
So I don't know if you get better performance. Well, I know you don't necessarily get better performance through the drying stage. Like, it dries just as easily as any other coated car. And I mean, look is something that's so subjective too. Like, you'd have to have coated the same panel of the car using 2 different coatings and split it. And even then you could look at it and go, oh yeah, that looks better. And I could go, oh, well, I think that side looks better.
I think it might have a touch of more of a wet look to it.
Yeah, slightly glossier.
Well, I don't necessarily know glossier, but a touch of a wet look, which is that Crystal Serum Ultra or is that
XO.
XO V5?
Yeah.
Who knows? And so definitely XO V5 is definitely better than the old version. So get yourself a bottle of that. Anyone can buy that.
Or even just in the application process of that.
Yeah.
Doing a single
layer.
layer.
Really nice use. Really happy with that. And then I'd get yourself a bottle of Crystal Serum Light and put it on, and you'll be really happy with it. Because I think there's a little margin and a little nod to having Ultra on here, but not life-changing. So that would be my advice to you.
Do you know, I had a dream the other night about these weird dreams. I had a dream about this Range Rover, and you'd traded it.
A dream about me.
Yeah, I kind of did. Yeah.
Okay.
So you had traded this in for a SVR.
All right.
And you went slightly older model. It was I don't know why you've made that call, but anyways, you went like 2016 model.
Oh.
And I remember it was
So
blue.
I went backwards.
You went backwards, yep.
Okay.
And it was blue. You know that really cool, like, I don't know, lightning blue.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Anyways, the colours are relevant to the
Have you done any of these doors?
No, I've only done this bit here. Okay. So you traded it in. It was a slightly older car. It had probably similar Ks on it. So you came around, showed me the car, and I'm like, Glenn, it stinks in here. Like, there's a real bad smell in here. And you know when you get like BMWs, they all smell the same. The leather just is unique. Like, you could put me blindfolded in a BMW and I could tell you based on the smell of that leather. This Range Rover smelled terrible, but you tried to explain to me, no, that's just the type of leather that they're using for the you know, in the UK when they produce these Range Rovers, and trying to give me some spin to why your car smells like absolute poos.
Yeah, okay.
And do you remember a while ago I told you about there's a little secret compartment in some of these, not this Range Rover Sport, but slightly older. If you go to like 2015, 2016. On the side
of the door there?
Yeah, there's a little secret compartment in the door panel.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Just underneath where you open the door.
Yeah, you can like unfold this little thing and it's a little secret cubby spot. Anyways, you were driving this thing around for ages, and one day I found the secret little cubby spot and I found your smell. Someone had put bloody mints in there and beef jerky and left it in there. I was really clear on my head.
Beef jerky.
There was like a packet of mints, like you'd shoot down to the countdown and buy like a $8.99 packet of, 400 grams of mints.
Or the fisherman friends like you have.
No.
You're a big
mints,
fish.
like mints.
Oh, mints.
Mints.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like meat.
Beef mints.
They put their meat in there. And then they also had a packet of beef jerky, and that was it. You had rotten mints.
And beef jerky.
And that was the smell. But anyways, you tried to explain it as, no.
The special leather that they use.
It's just the leather. No. Anyways, so when are you...
Did you get all real hot and sweaty?
No, I don't remember that. I just remember waking up and that was a weird dream. Like, first of all, why have you traded for an older model? Second of all, who left their mints in there? And what did they have for dinner that night?
I traded for the older model because I got the SVR. After you bullied me about the fact that I can't afford an SVR and I can't afford a proper STI.
I never said you couldn't afford it. All I said was, how does it feel to not have the best model of both cars?
Yeah, man, you made me feel real stink.
Hey, you could hit me right back. Not performance model, also not STI. And also you could go, where's your Range Rover? I tell you, my Range Rover's waiting at the dealership. I'm just waiting on, depreciation.
I mean, if you play the waiting game, these things are depreciating like crazy.
Have you got a K number in your head on this car where you like you feel forced to like move it on and go get that mint smelling SVR?
Oh, so we're at 80,000.
Yeah, you ticked 80. What did you have when you bought it?
60 something.
Got to be high 60s.
High 60s.
Okay.
Or was it 70? Must have been nearly 70.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you just ticked 80. Yep.
It's got to go before 100.
Before 100.
Yeah.
For just whatever is the.
Well, it starts to get real terrible after 100. So I come out of my service plan.
That's right, because you got warranty and service plan to 100. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So I come out of service plan. Problems start to escalate probably on a vehicle.
So 20,000 more.
I would have taken enough hit on depreciation of this car. So I've got to keep my money. I've got to keep my money in it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you got at least another 18 months before you do 20,000 K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
Yeah. So you could be in new model territory by then.
I don't like the new model. No, I don't. I like the front of it.
The front's cool. The
I
back
like the
is
middle of it. Yeah. The back. What are you thinking? This big light bar.
One light, hey, yeah.
It's like lit up like a bloody Christmas tree with that stuff on the
Yeah.
back. It just looks like, and it's all weird sloped and all sort of. Ugh.
Oh, you've been prime territory then to get
I thought, you know,
Obsidian
there
or
have been some really good car manufacturers that have ruined cars
yeah.
on the way they look. I thought Range Rover wouldn't be one of them, you know, because they've had this shape sort of evolved very slightly over time, and now it's just like ruined.
It's funny though. I wonder if it's one of those things that will grow on us over the next couple of years as you start seeing them more.
Yeah, possibly.
I like the interior. Interior's really nice.
Ooh,
I think the big screen will age pretty quickly again though. Like it's,
Do you think?
I don't know. Actually, I say that.
I mean,
and
cars are coming out with huge screens. The new, what's it called, Raptor, whatever's got this big
oh no, that vertical
sideways
thing is no,
tablet thing.
no.
I mean,
That's not the answer.
your Tesla in there has got quite a big screen. Yeah, I think 2022
Yeah.
Range Rover SVR
Yeah.
is probably the way to go. But the problem is that if you get white on black like this, the carbon fiber painted looking bonnet thing,
That was an option though, wasn't it? So, or you
I
can
can't do
option
that.
delete it.
I can't do that. It's really hard to find one in this colour that doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And I haven't done the roof either.
Oh, haven't you? Okay.
I haven't done half the roof, this half.
Okay, I'll do
I just don't like it. So you got to go, you've either got to find what? Complete body painted?
Yeah. You could do the black with the carbon bottom.
Just never look at my car.
Yeah. I think black Range Rovers fully blacked out look pretty cool.
Yeah, what do you call it? Murdered out.
Merged out.
Yeah.
But
Black car, you're going to have to try and find a real nice example of a black
yeah.
because it's going to be real scratchy. And also correcting that bad boy. Ooh. Best of luck with that. I think if I was going to get another one, I'd definitely look at the pillars here,
Yeah.
AB pillars, because these do not correct out very nicely.
So you want good
These
condition.
you want really good condition of those. Yeah, they are terrible to correct out. In fact, this is painted. I figured that out because I blew through the black paint and the black underneath on one of the sides there. So just be real careful with that.
Well, yeah, because that's an option. That was an option on this car. Was the black roof was like a I don't know $2,000 something option.
So you definitely want one with good pillars. And the way you get around this is you don't get one with a two-tone. I suppose you go completely black, which might help you, but so yeah, pillars, wing mirrors, anything black on this car was a nightmare to correct actually.
I mean, that was the same with the that other Range Rover that we worked on. The silver one had the black contrast roof, and there was no sunroof in that, so it was just.
Oh yeah, you make your life so much easier with a car if you get yourself a moonroof.
Yeah.
Just on everything. Coating,
The glass is so much easier to
polishing, cleaning, maintenance, just everything. If you can get a car with a moonroof or a moonroof, glass roof.
Spec door.
I have another back door. All right, so that pretty much wraps up wash and talk on this thing.
Yeah, it's like a welcome back wash and talk. We'll have some more regular content on the channel. Life has quieted down a little bit, so we're able to focus. We'll put a bit more attention into Omni Garage now and creating some content, and
That mirror's going to keep dripping.
weather's going to get worse as well, so we're going to constantly have dirty cars that need cleaning.
We also starting to lose our daylight too.
We do, which is not going to be fun. So there might be quite a few inside things that we look to do. But a lot of cool detailing products that we need to get our hands on that are now starting to become accessible in New Zealand. So we've got an order out there at the moment for a few bits and pieces. So look to share more as some of these courier packages arrive, and it's just
Get some more cars through the shop and we'll be able to make more content. This is going to drive me nuts.
what
I hate
is,
it when it, like, the wing mirrors dribble.
have you seen that product from Microfiber Madness?
Oh yeah, those magnetic clip-on.
Dropnetic. I feel like it's
So this, if you didn't use deionized water,
that's going to
and
leave
this
water
happened to
spots.
your car,
Yep.
you'd drive this in, you go, yep, my car looks real mint.
Yep.
You'd come back out and those water spots will be on there permanently for the rest of your life.
I think we should try out the Dropnetic just to see, is it effective? Because I feel like for someone with no DI water, you put one there, you walk away for a couple of hours, or when you go hop in the car the next morning, you pull it off, good to go. Like, look at that. That's not DI. Yeah, that's terrible. Anyways, on that note, we'll add that to our shopping list, and we'll let you know. There we go, it drips again. Yeah, Dropnetic, I reckon that's the way. We've got to do a Microfiber Madness order because they've got the dally pads now.
I quit.
Yeah.
And let's quit this video too.
Catch
Wrap
you on
it
the
up,
next one.
dude.
Catch you on the next one.